Hello everyone and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at two micro RC drift cars that cost less than $25. Are these little budget sliders any good, and are they worth picking up? Let's find out. Alright, so before you start worrying that I'm just turning into another RC review channel, accepting off-brand products at no cost en masse, and just doing nothing but reviews, let me make it clear that this is not the case. These cars were purchased by me, and the reason for buying them was myself and Brad from RC Supremacy had neighboring booths at the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo, with a micro track built by Brad sitting in the center. We wanted to have some low-cost cars available for people to rip around with, especially younger kids. So we both ended up with these low-cost 124 scale cars that he found on Amazon. With a cost of right around $25, these have to be some of the cheapest RC drift cars available, if not the absolute cheapest. And yes, they are 100% ready to run. This is obviously a little bit of a departure from the cars I usually build and showcase on this channel, but I'm genuinely interested in seeing what a car costing less than the price of a nice sit-down meal for two will get you in the world of RC. First impressions are, they look pretty nice. They have a variety of flavors available. None are officially licensed, but one is very clearly a Toyota AE86, and the other a Ferrari F430, which is what you see here. I'm not really sure what the brand name would be or if these cars have any specific name. I tried looking up HB Toys but didn't find out much. Not exactly a name brand RC manufacturer, but I don't think you can expect much at this price point. The presentation is very nice with a colorful box and even a set of high traction tires and cones included. The cars themselves are pretty cool looking, although they're a little large to be a true 124 scale car, especially the AE86. But they do have some nice detail and a very scale appearance. I think they both look pretty cool. Alright, let's get them out of the box and take a closer look. Like I said, I think these cars are pretty nice looking right out of the box, and I was surprised to see that they do have a functional suspension in the front, though none in the rear. A rechargeable 500 mAh battery is included for the car, and two AA batteries are needed for the transmitter. The transmitter definitely feels cheap, though that's no surprise at this price point. No trim adjustments on this transmitter, as steering is either all the way left or all the way right. No proportional steering, as well as the throttle being full speed forward or full speed backwards. This places the car more into a toy grade RC category, along with the fact that this car doesn't seem to have any of the same ease of service and upgradability as you'd expect from a hobby grade car. But with that said, I do think it's important to remember that you'd probably have to pay more than double what this car costs before you'd start getting things like proportional steering and throttle, as well as individual parts that can be easily replaced and upgraded. Is it worth paying more for these features right out of the box? Well, that's all up for you to decide, but enough talk at this point, let's get on to the track. I certainly had a lot of fun sliding these cars around. Although the all-or-nothing steering and throttle, along with the limited steering angle, does make controlling where you want to slide to a little tricky, I had a lot of fun driving them. I easily burned up 45 minutes playing around with these cars, and although I didn't really do any serious drifting as it's kind of hard to control where you want to slide to, I still enjoyed every minute. One thing I noticed while driving on the foam mats is that the alignment is not very good. They both pull really hard to one direction when I wanted to drive straight. I tried adjusting the little lever on the bottom, but they still don't want to go straight very well. I can tell you from experience, both with my driving as well as seeing kids taking these cars for a rip at the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo, that these cars can definitely handle some abuse. Hitting a wall or a little rollover isn't going to stop these cars. I got about 15 to 20 minutes of solid runtime, and it took around 45 minutes to recharge the batteries. So would I recommend these cars? Personally, I think these would be best suited for either younger kids or adults who just want a very casual RC experience. If you have a kid who's interested in RC cars, especially drifting, this would probably be a good option due to its low cost and small size. Remember, a 1/24 scale car is probably going to wreck your house less than a larger size vehicle, so keep that in mind. Though on that same note, this car is probably only usable indoors on smooth surfaces. Outdoor concrete or asphalt might be a little rough. At some point, if their interest continues, maybe look into getting them a proper hobby-grade vehicle that will be more controllable and upgradable. All in all, I think if you buy this car with realistic expectations of what a $25 RC car will be, you won't be disappointed. Apparently, some people have modified these cars to have better steering and motors. Personally, I'm really not interested in modifying these cars, as I'd rather spend that money and time on another project. However, I am tempted to paint these cars and make some custom wheels for them. Like I said, I do like the scale appearance of these cars, and it might be kind of cool to work a little magic with the spray cans and some 3D printed wheels. I'm kind of on the fence about whether or not I should do it, so I want to hear from all of you if you'd like to see a video where I customize these cars, and if so, what are your ideas? I look forward to seeing your thoughts below in the comments. But that's going to be all for today's video. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.